also joining us now on this special broadcast because we believe here that this story needs to be talked about. The parents who have been talking to us, and I'd like to once again thank Anurup and Sagarika, who are very brave this evening in joining us from our studios in Oslo. Anurup, I can only say to you and to you, Sagarika, that have no doubt that the entire nation is with you. Today you have seen calls come in from all parts of this country, and your country is with you. And today, Anurup and Sagarika, I'm also happy to say that the Foreign Minister of India, External Affairs Minister S.M. Krishna, is with us on Times Now because he wants to reach out to you. Mr. Krishna, first of all, I appreciate your coming on Times Now today. I know that in many situations, many ministers may have been worried about coming on a live appearance such as this. I thank you for coming and for sharing your time, Mr. Krishna, to hear the story of Anurup and Sagarika. Thank you, Mr. Krishna. Thank you very much. Mr. Minister, I want you today, because I believe our job in the media is to connect this distraught couple with the most powerful people in this country of their own who can make a difference. That's why we have called you with the family. And I now want Anurup and Sagarika to tell you briefly what they have been through. Anurup and Sagarika, would you please tell the Foreign Minister and everyone here today, what is the trauma that you have experienced? What is the pain which you feel? What do you seek at this point of time? And are you sure that the government of Norway will return your children, Avigyan and Aishwarya, to you?
Yeah, means I can tell to our honorable minister that these last 8 months are like the worst and worst of nightmares. We have so many sleepless nights. We have sleepless nights all together, and our health has been deteriorated. And by thinking that when can we see and get back our children, Avigyan and Aishwarya, the father and the mother can only understand, means to be without their children, and how difficult it is for a breastfeeding mother to snatch the child from her lap.
Frozen milk to the Barnevane office.
And she has been delivering the frozen milk to the Barnevane office for the last 8 months. And this is just like a horrible condition. Our parents were here and they have seen that what the mother is going through, and her psychological and mental health is also getting depressed by seeing this, thinking all the time and crying hours and hours in the kitchen and hours in the bathroom, and the bed which is lying there, and we don't have our children. The toys are lying in our home, and we see those and we cannot bear our pain. Means we have now removed those toys from our home, that we cannot look into those things.
We cannot go to the child bedroom.
Whenever we see our photographs of our children, we think that means how can they live in another foster home, and how can they live in another family, and by forcibly, means they have been just like in a trauma for the last for the first 4 or 5 weeks, as the foster mother also said in the court, that he was hiding behind the couch, my older son, and he wasn't looking at anybody's eyes, and he was trembling in the bed and shivering, and he was crying,
and the little baby was crying a lot, and she does not want to drink the bottle.
Aishwarya was not feeding in the feeding bottle when they first gave him, and she didn't have milk for the first 1.5 days, and it's a nightmare for us. This is what I can say, and we want our children back to be reunited with us.
When you,
and
Sagarika,
yes,
I have no doubt. I have no doubt, Anurup, that today, not just you want Avigyan and Aishwarya back. All of India, everyone across India wants Avigyan and Aishwarya back with you. I want you to know that today, Sagarika. I just want to know from you, Sagarika, that when are you allowed to meet your son and your daughter? When have you been allowed to meet them, and how long do you get to meet them, if at all you get to meet them?
Last 2 and 3 months, they never allowed my son and daughter. So, so we are just going to the Barnavarne office 2 or 3 months ago, and the last of November we are met with our children, and then the verdict was come, and in the court the verdict was written that we cannot meet with our kids, and that's why we are not going to meet to our children.
Why?
So
Why?
last,
What did they tell you? Did they tell you that you're not a good mother? Did they tell you you're not good parents?
If we met with our children, they told me that you have violated the human rights and
violated the law.
Sorry.
And basically whatever was in the document, it is like just blaming the mother all the time, that her parental skin and she is not connected to the children and this kind of thing. Basically they came to our home to find out the stuff which she is doing wrong, and whatever they have written is purely cultural differences, nothing more than that.
Now, I want you, Anurup and Sagarika, now, I want to go across to the minister, because the minister has taken some initiative, and I did promise you yesterday that Times Now will do everything possible to follow up on this story. Mr. Krishna, would you please, tell the parents directly what efforts you're taking to ensure that the children can please be brought back to their mother's cradle?
Well, Arnab, thank you so much for giving me an occasion to have a chat with the parents of Aishwarya and Abhigyan. Well, I would like to assure both Anurup Bhattacharya and Sagarika Chakravarti, Mrs. Sagarika Chakravarti, that we are in touch with the Norwegian government. Yesterday I spoke to the Foreign Minister of Norway, and we had also called the First Secretary from the Embassy of Norway in Delhi, and we have conveyed to them that the children cannot be separated from the biological parents.